I would like to read an excerpt from the beginning of the book, which speaks to the world. And it says, "Do not murder me. Look at me. I'm your mother. I'm your sister. I'm your daughter. I'm your wife." I have to warn you, the poem is a little raw, but that's the way it is, and I'll read it to you. It's called "Look What They Done to Me, Ma." She nurtures him in her womb, skin stretched tight over her swollen belly. She carries him till she's ready to explode. Her insides are raw. It rips open as he pushes his way out and emerges into the world. She snuggles him in her arms, birth gook and all, unclenches his fist, touches his little fingers, and her heart fills with joy as she suckles him to her breast, filled with unimaginable wonder of this little being that she grew in her body. She laughs, she cries, she pays no attention to the thick red blood that flows out of her. She holds him close, and she vows to protect him for the rest of her life. She fetches and carries and cooks and cleans and lies with him as he humps and pants and indulges. She comforts him in his despair, nurses him when he's sick, and bears his children. She is burdened. She's exhausted, and still she carries on. She rips out her soul and sets it aside next to her aching heart. Her time will come, she hopes. She is woman, a beast of burden. She lives to serve. She gives life, nurtures the young, comforts the sick, prays over the dead, and becomes the thread which connects one generation to another. Slut, bitch, they yell as they spit at her and tear at her flesh and wound her soul. Hold her down, they shout. They climb between her legs, thrusting, punching, hurting. Look, stop, look at me. I'm your mother, your daughter, your sister, your lover, your wife, she screams. She lies in a pool of her own blood, eyes wide open, limbs broken, the stench of her own rotting flesh nauseating her. She's beaten, raped, and murdered by those she loved and served. Oh, my son, my father, my brother, my husband, she weeps. They do not hear. They do not listen, and they do not care. She gasps, she chokes, and the last part of her being dies, diminished.